Greetings, seekers of truth and explorers of the occult. Welcome to this virtual sanctuary where we will reveal the mysteries of the universe and uncover the deepest secrets of existence. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, and become members of this enlightened community. Share this video with others who also yearn for knowledge. Together, we shall walk the path of esoteric and transcendental wisdom. Remember, every man and every woman is a star. It may be that one day the golden plate with its diamond inscriptions will be torn away by some vandals, Macaulay's New Zealander or another, from my sarcophagus. It may be that centuries later, the learned archaeologists of some yet undiscovered nation, excavating the ruins of Westminster Abbey, might find those bones and send them to anatomists for examination. The report of those anatomists might be something along these lines. These are the bones of a mammal, a primate, Homo sapiens. The skull is not prognathous. This person was probably Caucasian. I would gladly concur with such a judgment. It would be limiting to be described as that German or that Japanese. Man is man, and within him burns the mystical flame of divinity. It is blasphemy to discriminate further, to set the Russian against the Turk in any matter more serious than belief, custom, or national attire. All advanced thinkers, all men who realize the divine plan, desire and intend the solidarity of humanity. And the patriot in the narrow and furious sense of that word is a traitor to the true interests of man. It may be necessary from time to time to defend one's own part of humanity from aggression, but even this must always be done with the mental reservation. May this war be the nurse of a more solid peace. May this argument lead to better understanding. May this division lead to a higher union. A man's worst enemies are those of his own house, and the worst enemies of any nation are its petty patriots. Patriotism is the last refuge of a scoundrel. The deliberate antagonism of nations is the vilest of crimes. It is the press of warring nations which, by inflaming the passions of the ignorant, has set Europe by the ears. If all men had been educated and travelled, they would not have heeded those harpy cries. Now the harm is done, and it is up to us to repair it as best we can. Our motto must be humanity first. All people who generalize about nations, Germans are all murderers, French are all adulterers, English are all snobs, Russians are all drunkards, and so forth, must be silenced. All people who cling to petty interests and revenges must be silenced. We must refuse to listen to any man who does not perceive that civilization itself is at stake, that even now Europe may be so weakened that it may fall prey to the forces of atavism, that war may be followed by bankruptcy, revolution, and famine, and that even within our own lifetime, the Tower of the Ages may fall into unrecognizable ruins. We must refuse to listen to any man who has not resolutely put away from himself all limited interests, all national passion, who cannot look upon wounded humanity with the broad, clear, passionless yet compassionate eye of the surgeon, or who is not obstinate in his determination to save the life at any cost of mutilation of any particular member. We must listen more to the German who understands that England is a great, progressive, and enlightened nation whose well-being is necessary for the health of Europe, and the Frenchman who sees in Germany his best friend, the model of science, organization, and foresight, who alone can rebuild the fallen temple. We must listen to the Englishman who is willing to agree to the freedom of the seas, and the Russian who recognizes that it is time to put an end to the tyranny of arms and the threat of intrigue. The howling press of each country, ever eager to gather pennies from the passions of the unreflecting, unknowing crowd, will call each of these men a traitor. So be it. Let the lesser interest be betrayed by the greater, the particular benefit of any country given to the community of the whole world. Let us no longer consider men, but man. Let us remember him who came from heaven and was made flesh among the Jews, not to lead his own people to victory, not to accept that partial dominion of the earth, but to bring light and truth to all humanity. If the Savior of humanity had deigned to accept the patriotic mission of driving out the Romans, he would have united his nation, but man would not have been redeemed. Therefore, his people called him a traitor and betrayed him to their own oppressors. Let those who are willing, as he was, to accept the opprobrium and, if necessary, the cross, come forward. Let them bear the oriflamme of the sun as their banner, so that the sun shines equally upon all nations of the earth. And let them always show at the forefront of their battle this redeeming thought: humanity first. Dear seekers, we have reached the end of another journey of knowledge and enlightenment. I hope the lessons shared today inspire you to further explore the mysteries of the universe and the hidden power within each of you. Always remember the sacred words, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law." Until next time. 93.